In this video, we'll be discussing about the Brown-Sequard syndrome. Now, what is the Brown-Sequard syndrome? It's actually a syndrome or the changes which occur when there is a hemisection of the spinal cord. Now, what do you mean by hemisection? As the term suggests, hemi refers half. So, one half of the spinal cord is actually transected. Now, the question is, what causes such a half or hemisection of spinal cord? The causes are actually the same causes which occurs as in a complete transection of spinal cord. That is, first one, there could be accidents which occur or affect the spine. Then there could be gunshot wounds or bullets hitting the spinal cord. And third one, there could be tumors of the central nervous system which affects the spinal cord, leading to hemisection of spinal cord. And in this video, or in the Brown-Sequard syndrome, we'll be discussing about the changes which occur at two levels. The first one is at the level of lesion, and the next one refers to the changes occurring below the level of lesion. What are the motor and sensory changes which occurs in Brown-Sequard syndrome? So to understand that, we have the three important tracts which we'll be focusing on. The first one is the dorsal column pathway, which will be shown in the blue color. Then we have the lateral spinothalamic tract, which will be shown in the green color. And then we have the pyramidal tract shown in the red color. Now, we need to know the sensations which are carried by our sensory tracts. So in our dorsal column, we have the sensations for fine touch, and then the other sensations include pressure, vibration, proprioception. We have discussed about this on our video on the dorsal column pathway in detail. You can check it out. And then we have the other discrimination, that is tactile localization and so on. And then we need to discuss about the crossing over. So the fibers of the dorsal column pathway, they will cross only at level of medulla, the two nuclei, gracilis and cuneatus. Now about the lateral spinothalamic tract, it's not just the lateral spinothalamic tract, there is also the anterior spinothalamic tract. So the sensations carried are by the lateral spinothalamic tract, we have the pain and temperature sensations, and by the anterior spinothalamic tract, we have the sensation for crude touch. So those are the sensations carried by the spinothalamic tract, and they cross or decussate or move to the opposite side at the level of spinal cord itself, unlike the dorsal column pathway which cross at the level of medulla. Now coming to the pyramidal tract, we know it is a motor descending tract which carries the voluntary movements, fine skilled movement, and the decussation of the pyramidal tract occurs at the level of medulla. So it is at the level of medulla where the pyramidal tract cross over to the opposite side. So that's what we need to know about the tracts. And now we will discuss about the changes which occur first at below the level of lesion. So to understand that, this table is what we are going to fill. This is extremely important, and this table is enough to understand the changes which occur both at below the level of lesion and at the level of lesion. So let's start with the with this figure. So here we have our right side and this is our left side, and these are the three tracts. As I have said earlier, the red one is our pyramidal tract, the green one is our spinothalamic tract, and the blue one is our dorsal column pathway. So if a lesion occurs at this area, we are going to discuss what are the changes which occur below the level of lesion, that is at the level of this spinal cord. So let's start with each one and fill this table. Now let's take the case of dorsal column pathway and on the same side. So which one is that? This is our dorsal column pathway which is present at the same side, right? Now if a lesion, what happens to this dorsal column pathway? We find that that gets destroyed, and as a result, on the same side of lesion, what happens? Is the dorsal column pathway affected? Yes, it is affected. What does this mean? This means that there is loss of the sensation, that is loss of fine touch, loss of pressure, loss of vibration, loss of proprioception and so on. The sensations which are carried by the dorsal column pathway, which we have discussed earlier, will be lost. Now we move to the lateral spinothalamic tract. What about this lateral spinothalamic tract? What we see here is that this spinothalamic tract actually crosses over to the opposite sides and ascends upwards. And as we can see now, because of the lesion on the right side, when a lesion occurs on the right sided lateral spinothalamic tract is unaffected because it crosses at the level of spinal cord. So we can say that the lateral spinothalamic tract is affected, or in other words, we can say that the sensations carried by the spinothalamic tract, that is pain and temperature, are actually intact below the level of lesion. So that's what we need to recognize. On the same side of the lesion, below the level of lesion, the fine touch, vibration, tactile discrimination are all lost, but the pain and temperature sensation is intact. Now what about the pyramidal tract? Obviously the pyramidal tract, as it descends down on the right side, the pyramidal tract is affected. So we can say that there is a loss of voluntary movements. Loss of voluntary movements. Now some kind of movement does occur. Why is it though? That is because only 85% of the pyramidal tract actually decussates at the level of medulla. The rest 15% actually continue as the anterior tract which are only decussate at the level of spinal cord. Therefore, 15% of fibers will still have its supply on the same side, whereas the rest 85% will be affected. So that's about it. Now the question is, what type of lesion is it? Is this a UMN or an LMN lesion? Obviously, it is above the level of spinal cord. Therefore, it is a UMN type of lesion. So that's the features which occur below the level of lesion at the same side. Now, what about the opposite side? Let's start with the dorsal column pathway. Since the dorsal column pathway is not affected by the lesion, we can say that the touch and vibration sensation are intact, or it is unaffected. So that is intact. What about the lateral spinothalamic tract? That crosses to the opposite side, right? And because of this effect, the lateral spinothalamic tract or the spinothalamic tract of the left side is affected due to a hemisection on the right side, which means that the pain and temperature are lost on the opposite side, whereas it is present on the same side of lesion. What about the pyramidal tract? The pyramidal tract, we find that it is unaffected, so we can say that the voluntary movements are positive. So 85% of the fibers are actually unaffected, whereas the 15%, that is the anterior corticospinal spinal tract fibers, will be affected. So there will be a slight decrease in movement. Now what we see here is that the effects on the same side and the opposite side are opposite to each other, right? So on the same side there is loss of touch and vibration, whereas on the opposite side touch and vibration are present, and so on. So how do we depict this? Let's say that this is a lesion which has occurred, or this is the level of our hemisection, and the right sided lesion is there. So what will be the features? So if we were to draw the features, what we can draw is that on the same side of lesion, there are two things that occur. First one is there will be loss of the dorsal column pathway sensation. So dorsal column pathway sensations will be affected, whereas and along with that there is a UMN type of paralysis on the same side below the level of lesion. And what about the opposite side? On the opposite side, what we'll have is that there will be loss of spinothalamic tract sensations such as pain and temperature, whereas the motor system will be intact. As I said, nearly intact. 85% of fibers are unaffected. Now, what are the changes which occurs at the level of lesion? We have discussed the changes occurring below the level of lesion. Now we move on to the changes which occur at the level of lesion. So again, we'll be using the same table, and this time the lesion is at the level of spinal cord, right? So this is our site of lesion. So now let's discuss there. We'll see whether there are any changes or not. So we begin as we had started earlier on the dorsal column pathway on the same side. That is the one that is shown on the blue color. Is it affected? Obviously it is affected. So we can say that the sensations such as fine touch, pressure, vibration, and so on are negative, or it is lost. What about the lateral spinothalamic tract on the same side? It is also lost. So we can say that sensations such as the pain, temperature, and crude touch, they are also lost on the same side. What about the motor tract or the pyramidal tract? We'll find that it is obviously affected on that same side. So 85% of fibers are affected. Not even 85, actually the whole of pyramidal tract is affected. Why is that so? Because the anterior corticothalamic tract on the opposite side, that crosses to the opposite side at the level of spinal cord. So in a hemisection, even the anterior corticospinal tract will be affected. So we can say that there will be a motor paralysis. Now the question is this an LMN type or a UMN type? If we closely analyze, we know that the LMN lesion starts at the level of anterior horn cells, right? So in a hemisection of a spinal cord, even the anterior horn cells, that is this region, that anterior horn cells are also affected. So obviously this is going to be an LMN type of paralysis, not a UMN paralysis as in the changes occurring below the level of lesion. At the level of lesion, we will have an LMN motor paralysis. Now, what about the sensation or the changes which occur at the opposite side? So when we look at the opposite side, we begin with the dorsal column pathway. So we'll see that the dorsal column pathway is unaffected, right? Because the dorsal column pathway on the same side. So we can say that the dorsal column sensations are positive, or they are present. What about the pain and temperature sensations? Since the pain and temperature sensations cross at the level of spinal cord, they are
negative
affected.
or
Just
it
look at
is
this diagram and
lost.
it's actually kind
What
of
about the lateral
self-explanatory.
spinothalamic
If you
tract
have
on
this
the same
diagram
side?
and this table,
It
that
is
would be
also
enough to
lost.
understand
So
Brown
we can
Sequard
say that
syndrome.
sensations such as the pain.
Now, finally
temperature,
about the pyramidal
and
tract.
true
Are the
touch,
pyramidal
they
tract
are
fibers
also
affected?
lost on the same
The
side.
answer is no,
What
the
about
pyramidal tract
the,
fibers
uh,
are not affected. Only the 15
motor
percentage
tract
of
or the pyramidal tract.
the anterior
We'll find that
corticospinal
it is
tract fibers
obviously
are
affected
affected
on
on
that
the
same
opposite
side.
side. So we can say that
fibers are
on the opposite
affected.
side,
Not even
the
85,
motor
actually, the whole of
system
pyramidal
is
tract is affected.
perfectly
Why is that so?
fine, or not
Because
perfectly
anterior
fine, but
corticothalamic
85%
tract
of
on the opposite side
fibers
that
are
crosses
unaffected.
to the
So if we were to
that crosses to
draw,
the
let's say
opposite
the
side at
lesion
the
is
level
here.
of
If
spinal
we were to
cord. So in
describe the
hemisection, even the anterior
effects on the same
corticospinal
side, what do
tract
we
will
say?
be
We say
affected.
that all
So
the
we
three
can say
features are
that
present.
there
That is, first
will
one
be
is
a
that
motor
there is the loss
paralysis.
of dorsal
Now the
column
question is
sensation,
this is an element type or
and
a
then
UMN
there
type?
is the
If we
loss
closely
of
analyze, we know that the
spinothalamic
element
tract
lesion
sensation,
starts at the level
and
of
finally we can
anterior
say that
consons, right?
there is
So in a
an element
hemisection
type
of a
of
spinal cord,
motor
even the anterior
paralysis on
consons,
same
that
side
is
of
this
lesion.
region,
Whereas when it
anterior
comes to the
consons are
opposite
also
side of lesion,
affected.
only
So
the
obviously this is going
pain
to
and
be
temperature,
an
that is
element
only
type
the
of paralysis, not
sensations
a
of
UMN paralysis
spinothalamic
as in
tract
the
is
changes
affected.
occurring below the level of lesion.
So that's
At
about
the level
the
of lesion,
changes
we'll have
which occur in
an
the
element
Brown-Sequard
motor
syndrome. Now,
paralysis.
the Brown-Sequard
Now,
syndrome,
what
that is
about
actually
the
that
sensation
actually
or the
refers
changes
to
which occur at
the
the
changes
opposite
occurring
side?
below the level
So
of
when we
lesion. Now,
look
what is
at
the
the opposite
peculiarity?
side, we
When we
begin
look
with the
at this
dorsal
figure,
column
what
pathway.
we
We'll
realize
see
is
that
that
the dorsal
our
column
conclusion
pathway
would
is
be that
unaffected, right?
on the
Because it does
same
not
side
cross
of
at the level
lesion,
of medulla.
what
So we
happens?
can
On the
say
same
that
side of
the
lesion, we
dorsal
have this
column
UMN type of
sensations
paralysis, which is
are
more important than the
positive
loss of
or
dorsal
they
column
are
sensations, right?
present.
Because the motor
What
paralysis
about
is more
the pain
important
and
than a
temperature
sensory loss.
sensations?
So we can
Since
say
the
is
pain
that on
and
the same
temperature
side we
sensations
have a
cross at the
motor
level
loss
of
which is predominant,
uh,
whereas
spinal
on the
cord,
opposite side,
they
on the
are
side opposite to the
affected.
site of
Just
lesion,
look at this
the motor
diagram
system
and
is
it's
intact, but there is
actually
loss
kind
of pain and temperature. So we
self-explanatory.
can say that
If you have
there
this
is a
diagram and this
predominantly
table,
sensory
that would
loss.
be enough
Now
to
this
understand
phenomena
Brown
or this
Sequard
syndrome is
syndrome.
actually what is known as the
Now,
Brown
finally
Sequard
about the pyramidal
syndrome.
tract. Are the pyramidal tract
So I guess
fibers
that's
affected?
about the Brown
The
Sequard
answer
syndrome.
is
All you
no,
need to
the
know is
pyramidal tract
this
fibers
diagram, the
are
knowledge of the
not
tracks
affected.
and this
Only
table.
the
So if you have these three
15%
things,
of
then you can easily
the
understand the
anterior
Brown Sequard
corticospinal tract
syndrome.
fibers are
So that's it for this
affected
video.
on the opposite side. So we can say that on the opposite side, the motor system is perfectly fine or not perfect.